vlog. It is the last day of Happy Haileyween, the readathon that I've had so much fun hosting over the past few days, and I'm trying to wrap up my TBR today. I only have half a book left, and then hopefully I can get in maybe a couple novellas or something. And we are also going to a bookstore bar today, so that will make for some fun vlog footage. I've never been to a bookstore bar, so I'm super excited. The one in Austin just opened up yesterday. It's like they knew Happy Haileyween was going on. So I gotta do some sessions this morning. I do have a couple clients to see. We're gonna hop on sprints with McKay and Courtney and Taya, and then we're gonna go around the town, go to a bookstore bar. I think I'm gonna get my nails done with my maid of honor. So it should be a fun little day. I have not made any progress on Exquisite Corpse since last night because I was staying up editing till 2 in the morning, the last daily vlog. I still need to make some progress during sprints, but that is the current read of the moment. And hello. If you haven't watched the first 3 daily vlogs in the series, they will all be linked down below. Make sure to catch up and watch the whole thing so you know what's happening here. I will see you after my sessions. Hello vlog, we are into reading sprints. I need to make a coffee because Exquisite Corpse is putting me to sleep once again. I literally just fell asleep on sprint again because of this book. I don't know what it is. People are saying that it's interesting. It's not interesting. Like, it's just a lot of men talking, okay? There's very little action and just a lot of talking. And to me, I don't like to listen to men talk. I don't know. I don't like to listen to a lot of people talk, but especially not them. So I think I'm at like page 175 out of 240. So, we are almost done here, thank God. But also, like, not much has really happened. It's just a lot of like words that, okay, I know they're beautiful, okay, I know the dialogue is gorgeous and wonderful, but to me, I'd rather have action. Like, it's reading like a classic to me. And I know this is like classic horror, as classic extreme horror as you can get, basically. It's a not for me, I don't think. That's kind of where I'm at with this book. I'm going to drink my coffee, hopefully wake up a little bit and be alive for the end of the sprint, and I will give you my final thoughts on Exquisite Corpse. Hey vlog, I'm not gonna lie, I really want to DNF. I'm trying to push through, but there are these chapters I'm figuring out what's putting me to sleep. And it's not just that this is, you know, men talking. There are chapters from one of the characters who has a radio station, and it's giving like the podcast guys on TikTok that literally make me want to ram my head against a wall. Like that, every time I hit one of those chapters, I get taken out of the book. Also, we'll be like in a scene and we'll cut away from the action to a flashback, and that is so distracting. Like, even the parts that I do like keep getting like taken away to go into a flashback, taken away to go into this other narrative, this like weird tangential dialogue in this guy's head. Like, I just want to see what's happening in the present, and we for some reason can't do that. But 50 pages from the end, finally the 2 serial killers, as it said on the back, met up with each other, which I've been waiting for this moment. And honestly, part of me wants to say it was worth it. Like, it was a really great few scenes when they first met and they're like having this relationship with each other. Like, it's finally someone who's seeing them for who they truly are. Like, I do love that aspect, but the rest of it is so hard to get through. So I'm gonna try my best to finish. No high hopes for my rating though. And 10 pages later, we have a hard R. When will the extreme horror authors stop doing this? There are other ways to depict a racist main character other than writing this word in your book. There's just no excuse. I like really want to DNF this. It's just like making me mad. Also, the more that I read, the more that I see how this book was strongly inspired by the real events that took place around the Jeffrey Dahmer case. And there's just no regard for the victims. And after watching, you know, the Dahmer show on Netflix and kind of learning more about how Dahmer preyed on marginalized communities and how these two white serial killers in this book are teaming up to take down a Vietnamese boy. It just mirrors it a little too closely, and it's really glorifying the killer rather than, you know, calling attention to the victim. The fact that these guys are preying on the vulnerability of marginalized communities, I don't know. It's just putting overall a very bad taste in my mouth. I'm not liking it. I know that I'm probably not gonna enjoy the ending. Like, maybe, I don't know. I might try to skim it just because I only have 20 pages left, but it's getting tough. All right, I just skimmed the last 20 pages of this book. I know what happened. I read enough to know the basic plot and enough to be honestly really put off by this book. Like, I want to respect it because yes, the writing was flowery and pretty. It was beautiful, but I did have a lot of issues of it, especially toward the end. A lot of it directly mirrored the Jeffrey Dahmer case, and like, it just put a really bad taste in my mouth. I did not like it at all, and I know that this is like a classic for the extreme horror genre. This like did a lot for the genre. I want to respect it for that, but it is not for me. It is just not for me. I don't know. It brought up a lot of stuff, not like personal triggering things, just like a lot of interesting discussions that I would like to have about the genre and how the genre needs to change, where we're not fetishizing these, you know, horrifying things. We're taking in violence to heal trauma. And, you know, a lot of this was not that. It was just a lot of glorification of violence and like a deep dive into somebody's depraved mind, but it wasn't like, oh yeah, this person sucks. It was like, oh, this person's very arrogant and horrible to read from. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this book 2 stars. And that is the most you're gonna get out of me, and that is really generous. And those 2 stars are for the respect that I have for this book and what it did for the extreme horror genre and like being a classic and whatever, but I wouldn't recommend it. Sorry, I know this is gonna be controversial, and Matt, I know this is like your fave and I love you, bestie, so don't hate me, but I don't know. It just was not for me. This is not the type of horror that I like to read, where it's just like long, rambly, misogynistic, violent things that feel like they're too heavily inspired by a real life scenario. Like, I'm getting the feeling with this that I had during Ashley Flowers' book, where it just like put a bad taste in my mouth. So this is a 2-star book. Sad, but there are still more hours in Haileyween to redeem myself. I'm gonna go ahead and start Lovesick by Jonathan Athan. Hello? By John Athan on my Kindle. But first, I'm gonna try to make myself look cute because we're about to get done with sprints. My maid of honor is on her way to my home, and we're gonna get our nails done and go to the bookstore bar. So I'm very excited to show you guys that. I'll let you know when I have an update for Lovesick. Hello, we are back home from dinner and I'm back on sprints. I'm so excited to start Lovesick. I'm gonna binge it tonight before the end of the readathon so I can say that I read 8 books in 4 days. And I'm excited about it. Hello vlog. We are having so much fun on sprints. I am sprinting with Courtney and Ashley. You need to just subscribe to both of them if you haven't already because they are phenomenal. We are having so much fun. I'm reading with my Squishmallow. I don't even know if you can see his face. Hold on. I have my little bat Squishmallow because we all got Squishmallows to read with, and I am halfway through Lovesick by John Athan, and this book is crazy. So this is an obsession horror book where this guy suspects that his girlfriend is cheating on him, and so he does not like that, and he does not want her to leave him. So he wants to hang on to her for good, and he does not want her to have a way to get away from him. So he is basically setting up a murder room, and I'm pretty sure he's going to keep her in there forever, maybe torture her. I don't know. This is extreme horror, so I would not put it past him. And there also is some weaponization of STDs in this book. So if that is triggering for you at all, definitely don't pick this one up. But Lovesick, the title, is definitely a double entendre here, referring to STDs. So it's crazy. I've never read a book like this. Well, I've read that element of like weaponizing STDs in one other thriller. It's a pretty popular thriller, but to this extent where it's like targeted, it's wild, but I'm loving it. It is very entertaining and easy to get through. I probably got through the first half in like less than an hour.
Guys, okay, cheers to Haileyween.
Yes! Period. Hey vlog. Sprints are crazy. We've been playing Smash or Pass. We are all drunk. Somehow it is 20 minutes till the end of Haileyween and we are just gabbing. We are having a great time. It's midnight and just me, McKay, and Ashley are left, and it is a whole time. Ashley has drank, I think about 12 shots of cream, just straight Baileys at this point. It is raining cats and dogs outside my apartment, and everyone is wondering what the pitter patter is in the background. It is atmospheric, if you will. I am about 70% through Lovesick. Absolutely loving it. It's crazy. It's depraved. If you love an obsession story, or like you want you to be taken to just like the next level up, yeah, we need to get to Lovesick. I am just gonna try to finish this book and let you know my final thoughts. And this will be the end of Haileyween. I cannot believe. Hello vlog. I have finished Lovesick and it is officially, oh my god, I'm blocking the camera. It is officially past midnight. It is 12:02. We are 2 minutes past the end of Haileyween and I finished my 8th book. I'm gonna go ahead and count it. I finished 8 books in 4 days for Haileyween. That's an accomplishment for me. I'm gonna go ahead and give Lovesick 4 stars. It was not giving me the 5-star feeling, but it was definitely depraved and crazy and a lot of what I was looking for from an extreme horror. I feel like if you liked You by Caroline Kepnes and you just want to see the most crazy, unhinged version of Joe Goldberg, this is it. Like the absolute most off the rails person. That's this man. He like takes one slight of a woman cheating on him and just like blows up the entire world with it. It's like so over the top and wild, but that's extreme horror, baby. So it was definitely an interesting read. I don't know if it was necessarily a fun time because it was not supposed to be fun, but it was a wild time and I enjoyed seeing it play out. I love John Athan's writing style. I feel like he is definitely quickly becoming one of my favorite extreme horror authors. I feel like his writing is just really raw and genuine, but it's also really easy to read. and not often is this genre easy to read, but this just feels like it flows, especially in The Groomer. Night of the Prowler was the same way, and Lovesick was very similar. Like, he just writes like my internal monologue. I feel like it is just so easy to read. So yeah, 4 stars for Lovesick, and I am so excited to have finished so many great books during the course of the readathon. I hope you had fun if you participated in Haileyween. If you did not, and you were just watching along with the daily vlogs, I hope you enjoyed them. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. If you participated in any way, even just watching this video, I genuinely appreciate you, and I will see ya in my next video. Before then, don't forget to go to therapy and read a book this week.